The Rams have filed for new primary uniforms to wear in 2026 and beyond. And man, I am excited for that to come to fruition. How do I know that to be true? Where did that all come from? Well, I'll talk about that next on this update episode here on the Rams Up Podcast Network. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Rams Up Podcast Network. I'm Ian, and if you're on YouTube and you enjoy our content, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any other video from this fun 2025 Rams season that we're all enjoying together. And if you're on the audio only, podcast only, share this podcast with all your fellow Rams fans. Any of those options, guys, helps other Rams fans see Rams Up content, and I very much appreciate that, and Mark as well, for sure, everyone. But oh my goodness, Zach Cohen from FanDuel reports Rams have filed for new primary uniforms for 2026 and beyond. And you can say, who the hell is that guy, Ian? Why you believe in what he has to say? Well, everyone, this dude does one hell of a job putting out the uniform news, not only for NFL teams, but for some other professional teams I've seen in the past. And Zach Cohen, FB, you can follow and see his content on Twitter, X, TikTok, Instagram. He does have a website and files where you can keep track of all the uniform news throughout the years. And he has accurately reported on uniform changes, alterations, helmets, new this, new that for NFL teams for what feels like the last 4 years. And he's been right about all of it. And whenever he gets new info, he's definitely quick to share that info with the, NFL fan bases, people who like uniform talks like myself, et cetera, et cetera. And recently, within the last couple of days, he put out a fun video talking about how the Rams are the fourth NFL team thus far that filed for new uniforms to be unveiled in 2026. Who are the other teams? Well, Rams are one of them. Washington Commanders, who seem like they're going to go back to their Redskin era day uniforms, as they have worn them once already this season when, unfortunately, Jane Daniels got hurt in that game. The Baltimore Ravens have filed for uniform changes to their primaries, and the Tennessee Titans have also filed for new uniforms. Thus far, there could be more teams that he'll get information on later, but the Rams are one of them. And his word on anything uniform-wise is to be taken seriously. And, guys, I am so excited. If you've been, tuning into our content on this channel, especially anything I've had to talk about uniforms, I've definitely been one of the main people and voices that, hasn't shut up about making alterations to the primary uniforms that we currently wear all the time, right? And with this, again, everyone, if you enjoyed the classic uniforms, I'm with you on that. Those are my favorite of all time. If you enjoyed these modern versions that we wear, kudos to you. They're not my favorite. I don't think aesthetically they look great. You can say the color blue and the color yellow are fine, and sure, I can agree with that. I wish they were a little bit darker blue, a little bit darker yellow, but oh well. My main gripe and I guess irritation back in 2020 when they unveiled the new uniforms, the new logos, and rebranded everything when they moved in the SoFi Stadium is the name tag patch I dislike, the gradient numbers on the jersey I dislike, the gradient pant stripe on the blue I dislike, the kind of half shoulder horn. It's really like a half circle, not really a horn they have on there. And then the bone uniform as a whole, I dislike, and I still dislike to this day. The color, the design of it, the name tag patch on that, et cetera, et cetera. We can go down the laundry list of stuff. So I have been someone who has constantly been, reaching out to Kevin Demoff via tweets, adding him, being like, hey, Kevin, this template looks cool. Whether, Zach would be posting stuff about NFL teams or other fun NFL accounts that deal with uniforms and aesthetic and designs, or even just our own fan base. I'm always tagging Kevin Demoff and stuff, being like, hey, man, you're the CEO. You got sway over this to make changes or make, wholesale changes and go back to the classic look, which I would love to see that as well. But it seems finally after many, many years that the Rams are going to do something. Now, what is that going to be exactly? What are these new primary uniforms going to look like? Well, the new Rams uniforms are rumored to use the base rivalries jersey design template to usher in these, I guess, version 2 of the modern Rams uniform. Now, you can say, wait, Ian, the rivalries jersey? Really? Well, let's pull up what that looks like that they wore this past week, right? Okay, as we have this full thing, I'll go full screen on this. What are the main cues of this rivalries jersey? Don't worry about the colors and the midnight blue, black, the white number, the midnight helmet shell color, and etc. Ignore that. Imagine this picture was just black and white. What do you notice? No gradient on the number, a solid, complete, maybe not solid, but a complete shoulder horn. It's the modern one, and no name tag patch. That is what Zach Cohen says is more than likely to be the base for the new primary sets that they unveil in 2026. That is fantastic news. Fantastic news, everyone. As again, what is the main cues of that? A full shoulder horn one more time for you. No name tag patch and no gradients. I would love for that to be implemented for the new look. As again, and we'll go back to those other pictures I flashed forward real quick. Here is 2 pictures. One on the left I made edits to. The one on the right is what Matthew Stafford wore this past week against the Seahawks, where they wore those midnight rivalries uniforms. The picture on the right looks solid, and I think a lot of people enjoy the uniforms, including myself. Now imagine just the regular blue and yellow on that picture on the left. And you don't have to imagine it. You can look at it here on YouTube if you're here watching along with me. That looks good. No gradient number, no name tag patch, and a proper shoulder horn, not that half circle that the Rams currently use. How about another reference? The picture on the right is what the Rams currently wear in this new slide that I have here if you're on YouTube. And the picture on the left is an edit I made. The one on the right has that half circle shoulder horn, whatever that is, the name tag patch, and the gradient numbers. The picture on the left is the edited version with the full shoulder horn, the modern shoulder horn, no gradient number, no name tag patch. And the massive improvement cannot be stated enough, in my opinion. That would be such a fantastic move, everyone, if the Rams were and are rumored to go full rivalries jersey design template on that. Fantastic. Fantastic. Now, on the flip side of that, everyone, what are the possible jerseys other than maybe a modernization version 2 of what the Rams wear right now? With the new primaries that they're ushering in, the Rams will have a possible 4 new jerseys and 4 new pants to go along with this unveiling in 2026. That means a new home jersey, a new away jersey, and 2 alternates. Now, those 2 alternates can be brand new uniforms. Again, this doesn't include the midnight ones. That's its own separate thing. This won't count towards that. The 2 alternates could be 2 new looking uniforms that are different from the midnight and the home and away, or they could be 2 classic throwback uniforms, or it could be a mix of the 2, right? 1 true alternate, 1 classic throwback. I'm happy with any of those options, truthfully. More throwbacks, the better, in my opinion. I wish they would go full throwback on everything, which, again, that'd be awesome. I doubt that will happen. Will I be completely shocked if they do? No, but it would be surprising. And what do I hope to see with all the looks? Well, let's pull up what I hope everything looks like, as I've done some some jersey design stuff on my free time here, everyone. Now we'll go full screen on this if you're on YouTube. And if you're not on YouTube, find the video and you can, watch along with me and everyone else. So here we are with the rivalries jersey design template. That's a tongue twister. This would be what the base blue jersey, home jersey would be. No gradient number, no name tag patch, a proper shoulder horn. A plus to me if that was the case, even if it's a modernized version. Great. How about the away version, right? Blue number, modern, full shoulder horn, and then obviously the shoulder pad area will be yellow and a little bit bigger than what they currently have right now. A plus to me as well. I'm in on that. Now, the two alternates, this is me being wishful and designing stuff, but I would love to see a modern version of the 1950s Rams uniform sets. The teams that won NFL championships, right? Those teams get forgotten about in LA history as they were the first professional LA sports team to win any significant championship in the city. And they won it at the Coliseum back with a bunch of Hall of Famers, Elroy Grizzly Hirsch, Norm Van Brocklin, Waterfield, et cetera, et cetera. So I would love to see a modern version of that, a yellow jersey with white pants, blue socks. That would be fantastic. I would love to see that. And why also I would love to see that? Because with the NFL loosening up on uniform mixing and matching, that means the Rams could wear the yellow jersey with yellow pants if they want. They can wear the yellow jersey with blue pants if they want. And they can also wear the white pants with the blue jersey. They can wear the white pants with the white jersey. So we can get tons of fun combinations that I think all would look really good if they were to unveil a alternate yellow jersey, white pants, and they can mix and match it with the other standard home and away stuff. That would be great. And then how about that second alternate jersey uniform set? My wishful thinking and hope is we would see a modern 60s era version, all white jersey, right? No yellow included. It would be all blue and white pants, blue socks to mirror the Roman Gabriel MVP uniforms, to mirror the fearsome foursome, fantastic years, what they wore, right? And then most importantly, blue helmet, but with white horns. And I love to see a white face mask because I really like that look when they wore it, from 2017 to 2019 in the Coliseum every once in a while. And, especially for the away games when McVay took over in his early years. I would love to see a modernization of that. And I think that would be a fun alternate that everyone would enjoy. And I think that would look really good too. So those are all my wishful thinkings of all that. And of course, the midnight jersey would still be in rotation. Again, this doesn't count towards the filing for new jerseys. This is its own separate thing that won't count against your home, away, and your two other alternates. So the Rams have a possibility of wearing 5 different uniforms or at least jerseys throughout the 2026 season and beyond, which is pretty damn cool in my opinion, everyone. So with all that, how do we get here? How do the Rams, file and get to this point of wanting the uniforms and making the change? Well, shout out to Zach Cohen here, as I'll go full screen on this. He puts out every time he talks about uniforms and news breaking stuff regarding teams and what's happening with them. He puts out this little, side post to inform us and inform anyone who's curious about how that process goes of getting new uniforms, a new helmet, a new jersey, whatever it is for a team. So here it is. By March 1st of the year prior to a uniform change taking place, a written notice and details of those changes in the uniform must be provided to the NFL League office ASAP by March 1st. If you want to make a change for the 2026 season like the Rams are doing, you got to tell the league by March 1st. So the Rams apparently, right after, Super Bowl was done, by March 1st, they filed that, hey, we want to make changes or have new uniforms, NFL. So, okay, we fast forward. By July 1st of that year, you want to make changes. the logo design, if you're making any changes, the uniform color selection, and the jersey and uniform designs itself must be completed and have been approved by the team owner and CEO, which would be the Kroenke family and then Kevin Demoff. We fast forward a little bit later in the year. By August 1st of that year, you want to make changes. The initial uniform designs must be created and approved by the team's owner, CEO, and equipment manager. So there's another, realm of people that have to double check it. And that includes the equipment guys, right? They're the ones that are sewing the jerseys, putting names on them, making alterations. You have to have all the different sizes for guys, and they're, if you don't pay attention, there's different types of jersey sleeve, uh, constriction, compression, right? Some quarterbacks want more of like a t-shirt style. I think Jimmy Garoppolo rocks that. Stafford has that in between, and then a lot of the skill players have the full-on, very tight version. I got to make sure all that's going to work out, right? With the helmet, the pants, socks, compression pants, all that stuff. So then by November 1st of that year, when we fast forward, the final uniform designs must be provided to the league office, the NFL league office, for TV testing, meaning they got to get out those 8K, gazillion K cameras and see how they look, right? And super, super mega K, as I'm joking around, but you know what I mean. And approvals from the team owner, the CEO, and equipment manager must be certified to the league office by that November 1st date as well. If the final uniform designs aren't provided to the league office by that November 1st date, the uniform changes for the following season will not happen and won't be approved. But if the Rams have been following all that, by December 1st of that year, which is coming up very soon, the league office will give the final approval to the team that wants to make changes to their uniform logos, et cetera, for the very next season. So there you go. That's a long story on how this all comes to fruition. And it seems like up to until this point, the Rams have been following that. And maybe Zach Cohen will give an update after December 1st saying that, yep, Rams got approved. It's 100% happening. But again, guys, he has not been wrong about any uniform changes, rebranding, alternate uniform, alternate helmet, news on what they could look like as it gets closer to an unveiling date for teams. He has not been wrong for about 4 years. So unless the Rams royally, pun intended, screwed this up with how they missed deadlines, all the deadlines I went through, we're getting new uniforms for the Rams that were and are, should be mirroring the Midnight Rivalries template. And again, one more time, shout out to Zach here as I go full screen for him. Zach Cohen, FB. You can check out the original video, or, he tagged me in that, as me and him had fun combos about uniforms and Ram stuff as well. Twitter X, TikTok, Instagram, you can find the full video where he talks about it. And the guy hasn't been wrong for about 4 years, everyone, about not just the Rams, but majority of teams that have made alterations, changes, rebrands to their look. And that's pretty damn cool, if you ask me. But hey, we still got the rest of the season. We're still going to see these modern jerseys that they currently wear, right? As I go full screen on these for you right here. And there's a lot of combinations they got out of this. A lot of winning football. Again, they've won playoff games in these modern, version 1 jerseys that they currently wear. They've won a Super Bowl. They've won, MVPs, Super Bowl MVPs, all pro players, Pro Bowl players, et cetera, et cetera. So I say that to say the Rams could have been showing up on games in a practice tank top and gym shorts. And as long as they won, who gives a damn what they wear, right? I totally get it. But I'm ready to move on after the season from these modern, I guess, 1.0 Rams uniforms as we will hopefully usher in to a way better looking modern version 2 Rams uniforms in 2026, which excites me a ton. This is something I've been wanting. I'm tired of seeing the name tag. I'm tired of seeing the gradings. Tired of seeing the bone uniform. It seems like Kevin and the Rams creative teams and media teams and their ownership have been listening to the fans over the last 5-6 years, and they'll be done with it, which, thank God. Let's get better looking stuff because the Rams historically have had a top 5 uniform wardrobe since their inception back when they were in freaking Cleveland. Right. So I'm very, very excited, everyone. And man, when should you expect these uniforms to be dropped on us? Well, because they are going to be a full new set, right? Home, away, and a couple alternates more than likely. This will be unveiled before the NFL draft, which will be sometime in March, sometime in early April. So, yes, we're in late November or middle November, pushing late November right now, but we're going to get, I mean, really, really good news about uniforms fairly soon. The Super Bowl will be done. Hopefully, the Rams are hosting a Lombardi Trophy out in Northern California where the 49ers play, the Santa Clara 49ers, as I like to joke with them, as you know, that stadium's not in San Francisco County. That would be a great ending. We can send off the version 1.0 uniforms into the history books and then usher in the version 2.0 not the long after. So, man, very, very excited. Guys, let me know in the comments section. What are your hopes for these updated uniforms? Do you fully believe that they will go 100% classic? I doubt that. I would love to see that. Or do you think they're going to be an updated, better looking version of the modern stuff that they currently wear, right? Using the rivalries template as the base, as I illustrated in this video, right? A full shoulder horn, no name tag patch, no gradient numbers, no gradient pants, and then hopefully usher in a cool yellow and a cool, modern yellow 50s, a modern white 60s, and still rock the midnight. So, woo, very, very excited. As one more time, Zach Cohen, FB, reports Rams have filed for new primary uniforms for this upcoming 2026 season and beyond. And check out his channel. And if you like this channel, everyone, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and turn on notification bell so you don't miss any other video and fun content throughout this crazy 2025 season. And if you're on the audio only or podcast only side of things, share this podcast, share this audio with all your fellow Rams fans. And I very much appreciate it, guys. So, again, one more time, let me know in the comment section, what do you think these new uniforms will look like? And what are your hopes overall? One alternate, one classic, full classics, or the modernization version 2, which is what I hope the minimum we get in 2026. But hey, rep that blue and gold, rep it proud, rep it loud, and throw up the horns, baby. And never forget to say, go Rams.